I'm Matthew Mugno and welcome to the Neutral Zone. Last night I was cleaning out my closet and found some old lineup sheets from the 2021-2022 Quinnipiac men's ice hockey team. Something I noticed? A lot of players had left from last season, some names I even forgot about. And this season, an expectation was that players would need to fill these roles, and the Bobcats had a lot of doubts surrounding them. But they're coming through. Now, if we look at some of the players last season that had huge impacts, we look to Ty Smilanic, Wyatt Bongiovanni, Oliver Chow, Griffin Mendel. Smilanic, a second-round pick, the highest drafted player as a Quinnipiac Bobcat in their team history, and he was a speedy forward. He had some speed that the team still doesn't have this season. He certainly was the fastest skater I've ever seen for the Bobcats. He recorded 23 points last season and had an injury in the World Juniors that set him back. He only recorded 2 points on the second half and the back end of the Bobcat season in 2022. Wyatt Bongiovanni, the captain, he was really the heart and soul. He brought so much to his play. He was a physical forward that had scoring touch. He scored on so many breakaways last season and recorded 16 goals in 42 games. Now, Oliver Chow is a transfer. He had championship pedigree. He won at UMass a national championship, came over as a Quinnipiac Bobcat as a graduate transfer, and he recorded a hat trick and 13 goals for the Bobcats. And Griffin Mendel, who recently skated as a Carolina Hurricane in the preseason for the NHL and is in the AHL currently, had 5 goals at the blue line, one of them being in the postseason, and assisted the Desi Burgard double overtime goal to send the Bobcats to the semifinal in Lake Placid for the ECAC playoff. Now, a lot of players had to fill those shoes, right? I just mentioned the skill sets of the players that had left coming into this season. Well, we look to first Christoph Fillion. He's a great depth player that's added on the offensive side of the puck. I had a few other options to put there for one of the players that added, one of them being his buddy Tellier, another Sherbrooke native, but he's riding a 5-game point streak, and he's been really stepping it up in his last few games. Now, the two players here that we talk about so often are Colin Graff and Sam Lipkin. Graff has 38 points, so he's already leading the team in points this season in all points categories, goals, assists, and points, but has more than the goals, assists, and points leader last season for the Bobcats. So he's really stepped up and been a huge surprise as a Union transfer. He only had 22 points in total last season. Now, Sam Lipkin just won a World Junior Championship bronze medal, so that was something that coming into this season, no one expected the first year to have a season like he has, scoring the game-winning goal against the Dartmouth Big Green the other night. And Jake Johnson has really replaced Griffin Mendel's role as a veteran presence on the blue line. Scored the game-winning goal in the CTIS Championship, has 4 goals and 9 assists this season, scoring at the blue line and also defending quite well. He's third on the team in blocks and third on the team in almost every category on the defensive side behind Metza and Jaden Lee. So the Bobcats have done a spectacular job filling in the shoes of players that had left last season that left a lot of doubt where the Bobcats would end up. Will they end up the number 2 team in the nation? The Bobcats head to upstate New York to take on the Clarkson Golden Knights and the St. Lawrence Saints this weekend and return home in the Battle of Whitney Avenue at M&T Bank Arena as opposed to at Yale and Engels Arena. And we have Bobcat game day for Saturday's match and senior night against Brown University. I'm Matthew Mugno reporting for Q30 Sports.